welcome to another video episode of my podcast. My name is Cheryl, and this is Cappuccino Crafts, where I like to talk about knitting and crochet, and also books I might be reading or listening to, or TV or movies that I am enjoying while I'm crafting, or any other general life and chatty things that I want to share with you. This is my way of having a kind of a crafting group, knit night, if you will. Um, so I'm coming to you from Washington State in the United States, and I live in this house with my parents, and I take care of them. And we also have a sweet, fluffy black cat named Stella. And I'm sure you'll see a photograph of her in this video. And yeah, so let's get started. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video and spend a little bit of your time with me. Please settle in and get yourself a delicious beverage, caffeinated or not, or maybe adult beverage or not, whatever you like, whatever time of day it is, where you are, and grab your yarn, your needle, or your hook, and maybe some fiber and a spinning wheel, whatever you need. And let's get down to some lovely crafty chat. Today is actually Saturday, February 22nd in 2020. I usually record on a Monday, but in about half an hour, my aunt, my father's sister, is going to be at the door. She's coming to stay for a few days, so we will have a nice visit with her, and recording while she's here is definitely not going to happen. And so some crafting has been done, but this hasn't been a full week, and I also just did not have, because it's been busy as well. My sister came again for another visit. This time it was just more of an enjoyable visit, because we had planned a special outing for my sister and my mom and I. Somebody came and stayed with my dad so that we could have an extended time together. My mom and my sister and I, we went to a place in town, the place where I buy loose leaf tea for the house. They by reservation will do a high tea service, and so we have been wanting to do that together. So we made a reservation and we did it. And I had never had a high tea before that way, or anyway, really. And we really enjoyed it. We had all the little finger sandwiches and little pasties. They were mini pasties. Everything was small. It was really pretty. And finger sandwiches, mini cheese and onion pasties, and mini sausage rolls, and all kinds of sweet goodies too. Small scones with clotted cream and jam, and little cookies and other sweet, delicious things. We had little teeny glasses. They were so little, of chocolate mousse, because she added for February extra chocolate. So we had extra chocolate, and the chocolate mousse was so light and creamy. Anyway, so we had a great time. It was a good memory. for us to make together, and it was lovely. Um, and it was also time for us to get more tea for the house, because the day before we went for our tea service, um, we used the last of our loose leaf tea. So we were all empty. We needed to refill. Um, at the tea house, we tried a couple of new teas. My sister chose a rooibos tea with a little orange-y highlights, and I chose green tea with lavender, um, and we liked both of them. Um, but Mom was like, I like what we have at home a lot better. So we just got the same that we've been getting, which is great because we love it. What we've been getting for the house is Buckingham Palace Garden Party, which is a black tea blended with some flower petals and flowery things. Um, and then the other one is black tea with black currant, which is my favorite. Yeah, I love that black tea, black currant. So good. Um, so yeah, and we brought Dad back a mini Victoria sponge of his own, so he got to have a special treat too. Um, and he really enjoyed it last night after dinner. Um, so yeah, uh, February has been a busy month for us. Um, how's February been for you? Have you been busy, or has it been quiet and slow? Uh, and I'd love to hear what you're crafting and what you're working on. Anything you'd like to chat about that way. Um, Please feel free to make comments underneath the video here. I enjoy chatting with you. And we have been having some very enjoyable chats recently in the videos, and which is a wonderful thing. So feel free to join in anytime. I only have 2 crafting things going right now. I have made good progress on my shoulder wrap thing. And just a few rows ago, I joined in the last ball of this yarn. It came in 50-gram skeins, and I had 5. So that was 250 grams total. And this yarn is Mirasol. Here's the label. Mirasol is the company, and this base is Kutama. It is a 50% Peruvian Highland wool and 50% alpaca. And I really like knitting with it. It's very springy and smooshy. It's going to be really warm and cozy on my shoulders. It is not long enough to really be the way I want it. So I'm considering, and this Mirasol yarn is discontinued. The Kutama, they're no longer making it. So I'm not going to be able to get more. But there are yarns of a similar weight. I've been looking at what would be suitable, and I have a couple things in mind that are the same weight. It's a chunky, bulky yarn. Sometimes some yarn companies call it chunky, some call it bulky. It's a little bit ambiguous, but the yardage is similar. and they're also both wool and alpaca, so the fiber content is similar. And I'm gonna just get a different kind of color because it's never gonna be able to match this color. So I'm gonna get a contrasting color, and it's gonna be kind of color blocked, which may not be ideal, but if I find the right color, I think it could look good. I just haven't spent a lot of time looking at all the colors, and I just started looking at it a little bit ago because I realized when I joined this last ball. So yeah, no decision yet, but something like that's probably going to happen. And I am progressing on my socks. These are just basic vanilla cuff down socks on 9-inch circular needles. This yarn is Patton's Croy sock yarn, Patton's Croy socks, and the colorway is Coastal Stripes. And yeah, so I did not, because it was busy, I did not have time or brain space to make calculations from my gauge swatch to the pattern gauge for the sweater that I'm preparing to cast on. So yeah, I wasn't ready to make calculations and choose what size numbers to follow or what to do, how different my gauge is. So yeah, I could not address that. I did not have the brain space or the time. So, but I hope to cast that on very soon, hopefully before the end of this month, but we'll see. It might end up being in March, but I hope not. But we'll see how things go. Anyway, so that's mostly all I have to talk about. I have not been able to watch the first part of the Doctor Who finale because it airs tomorrow. I'm really excited to start it's a 2-part finale, so I'm really excited to see the first half, and but yeah, I can't really say anything more than that. Have any of you been watching Doctor Who? Are you enjoying this season? Are you excited for the finale? Yeah, I'd love to hear what your reactions have been to this season so far, if you're watching. Anyway, really not a lot else to say. This is going to be a short and sweet catch up, but I really did want to mark this week and put something out and touch base with everyone and just say hi. I hope that this week has been a very good week for you. I hope all of your projects are turning out the way that you envision them and are very enjoyable. And I hope that you and your families are well. And take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.